Okay, let's see. A couple of days ago, I made Towelie from South Park in Blender, and I want to use it for Second Life. Somebody asked about it, so I'm a kind of a nice guy, so I'm gonna make it. And now I have to go to the rigging part. So it's not the first time I did this. I did rig more characters. I'm not a pro. I do this just for my hobby. So did you know that? If I do anything stupid in the video that doesn't make sense, that's because I'm not a pro. But you have for Second Life you have two different types of rigs. You have like the old normal rig they used a couple of years ago, and still it's usable. But now these days they have bento and all that stuff. So I'm gonna try to do rig it in bento. This is my first time for doing bento, so give me some slack here. And yeah, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna load up. Oh, wait a minute. It was another blender. Okay, but I'm gonna use this blender. I had made it in version 2.78, but Avastar, the Avastar I have is for this version. So I made a FBX file of it. Let me see where it is. Import FBX, and then what's it? This one. Yeah, here, Towelie, new to new blender. So, and there we have Towelie. He's so cute, huh? He's so cute. Oh, goody. Where's my chat? There's my chat. Okay. I hope everything is okay. Let me see. My voice is okay. Um, Normally I have at top of my screen when I'm playing games. I have a bar and stuff like that. I'm not gonna add it now because uh, I'm in Blender. So also I stream in three places at the same time. That's YouTube, that's Mixer, and that's Twitch. But Twitch doesn't allow me to put Blender in my stream title. Yeah, Blender Bros, but I think that's a game. So uh, um, I'm sorry for that. I asked Twitch to add it a couple of weeks ago, but they didn't do that. So sorry for that. But yeah, Blender Bros or Blender, it comes close. So that's why. So my excuses for that. Um, okay, so this one is not rigged yet. There's no skeleton. I made it so that all my positions, rotations. Hey, what happened with my rotations? Let's see. Is it? Let me fix that. You can do that by, and you don't have to do that always. But I noticed in Blender, when you try to UV map things, it's better to apply the rotations, locations, and scale, especially the rotations and stuff. But also, it's important for Second Life that you do this. So do those three. I always do it like this, but you can also click rotation and scale there, and then locations, rotations, and scale. So now you see the locations are all at 0, x, y, and z axis. The rotations are all at 0, and the scale is always at 1.0. So that is what you want to see, and do that for every object. I think it's kind of a little bit rotated, right? Or not? Oh, it's minor. Okay, so but you can also hit the B on your keyboard to box select everything, and then just select everything here, and then go to apply location, apply rotation, and apply scale. So there you see, if I select this one, that everything was in 0 here and 1 here also, and here and here. And that's what you want to have. Okay, so if I want to deselect everything, like if I've selected this, you can just hit the A key to deselect everything, or hit the A key to select everything. Here I clicked A. You know what I can do? I can turn on screencasting for you, so you can see what I click on my keyboard and stuff. Hold on, let's see. Where was it? Oh yeah, here. User preferences. Then you go to add-ons, and I think somewhere in here you see screencasting or something. This is the Avastar. Avastar is specially made for Second Life. Does it still called screencasting, or is it a separate add-on? I'm not sure. I think it's in here somewhere. Here, screencast keys. It's already on, so I think it's down here. Screencast display, start display. There we go. So if I hit the A key, you see here there's an A, and if I hit it again, or I go in wireframe mode, then I hit the Z. See? So that's very handy for you. Okay, so everything is at 0. Oh, I always do that. I always hit the left mouse button. That's the location. That's the 3D cursor. You can just put it at 0. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. But it's very handy, the cursor. You can use it for different things. So okay, so we're gonna rig this. We need the skeleton for this avatar. What I always do, I hit my lamp and hold shift, and I right click on the camera, so they are both selected, and I hit M on my keyboard, and hit M on my keyboard and put those in a different layer, because these are layers just like in Photoshop and Substance Paint, or you can use them as layers. And if you want to see them both at the same time, you hit that layer and shift that layer, and then you see it all at the same time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a rig now. You can do it manually, but it's a pain in the ass to rename those and make it work for Second Life. I know how to do that, but for me it's still a pain in the ass. Luckily we have Avastar for that. Avastar is an add-on you can install. You have to buy it from the site, and it gives you some extra options here, like Avastar. And what you can do is you can do a basic one. I'm gonna show you. If you add the basic one, then oh, hello Annie. Let me see. But I can't set here. Oh, well, I don't see it that way. You're just a person, right? If you want to do something, then do it. I mean, he must respect you also for the things, right? And for example, if you are a mod on my channel, I wouldn't care if you go to another channel if you are a mod there as well. I mean, that's your thing, right? I'm not the guy that see it like that. So no apologies. It's okay. I just found it very weird that you were muted there, and I went away because of that. Not because you was away, but because of that. I'm a really honest guy, and I don't like these things. So you were straight to the point, and that's what I like. So it's okay. No apologies needed. Um, no, yeah, I understand that. It's okay. It's okay. I was boring, so I'm starting to rig my character I made. So it's okay, Annie. No problem. Yo, take care. Thank you for stepping by and saying that. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. So this is the basic rig without having expressions in their faces and stuff like that. Um, and it's also in tris. So you see all triangles and stuff like that if you select the rig. And if you're gonna upload a mesh to Second Life, you can make it in quads. But if you uploaded it, it will Second Life will automatically made it tris. So they have tris in here, but they have also oops, I have a warning. Why? I don't know why. Um, but you can also oh shit, I did it in the wrong layer actually. Um, you have also the basic quad, and if you add that one, oh wait a minute, I'm doing it wrong. I don't want to add it in this layer. Hold on, I'm gonna do that in a separate layer. Avastar and basic quad. Um, so there you have the same avatar. It looks exactly the same. Only there's one difference. And come on, man. There you see all quads, right? So squares, and that's better to work with. So, but I'm not gonna change the avatar right now. Actually don't need the avatar. We only need the rig. So the rig is this thing here. I'm gonna show you what it does. If you go in pose mode on the rig, um, you can select the pose modes right here, object mode, and go in edit mode. Don't edit the rig just like that. Leave it as it is. I'm gonna show you how to do that. But if you go in pose mode, and you select, for example, the arm, the leg, and you hit rotate, you see that it rotates, right? It's not rigged very nicely, but you can change that later on to make it more smooth and all that stuff. But again, we don't need this avatar. So what I'm gonna do, um, I'm gonna go back in object mode, and I'm gonna delete this. And oh, hold on. Like I said, I'm not a pro. I do this just for a hobby. I like this kind of stuff. But I learned for a very long time. I tried to learn this. Uh, Also with scripting. So I learned both at the same time. It was kind of hard, but scripting was, for me, it was easy. But the 3D modeling was a little bit harder, especially if you come to texturing parts, that's really hard. I've still learned that, but I will get there. Um, so you can also add a basic rig only. Now, the basic rig are basically all the same, but you have also extended. So you have the extended, and then you have the extended quads, but you have also the extended rig only, and that's the one we're gonna use because we don't need a character. We already have a character. That's Towelie. So I'm gonna add this one, and there you see it has more bones and stuff also in the head. So it has a cheekbone, it has a left upper lip bone, left upper or left lower lip bone, a middle lip bone, and stuff. All those bones um, gives your character an expression. Now, and I have a mouth on Towelie. If you look here, it has a mouth. So I want to give his mouth also expressions, and his eyebrows also, and also his, well, what do you call this? Um, I don't know. You know what I mean? The black stripes here. Um, I want to give him expressions. So, and that's where Bento comes in. Okay, so let's um, uh, oh, this is the lamp and the camera. Okay, okay. So select these two, and then you see both of them. Now, um, I do not really know the workflow. I did this a couple of times and it worked. So bear with me. I'm gonna do this without any help from the Avastar documentation. I hope I can remember all the things. So what I have to do, I have to make sure I am in object mode, yeah, for now. And there's a rig display that will show you the bones your rig has. And for example, I can turn on and off the face bones. I can turn on and off the eye focus. So this is the distance where your character is looking at. Um, and you have the tail. Yes, you can make cats in Second Life. You can go as how do you call it, Nico or something like that. Yeah, you can do that also. I'm a Nico in Second Life, so and you can also have wings, like an angel, or I don't know, whatever. So you can just create your own wings and attach them to the wing bones. And then if you did it all correct, then and upload it to Second Life, then you can animate those wings also. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Well, yeah, these are the animation bones. But you have also the SL bones. I come back to that later in this tutorial because we need those. But now you don't see them. Yeah, you see it, but not clearly. Oh, I can turn off these things, right? So these are the SL bones. You don't see any difference in here, but actually they are blue. Let me see. Here, you can see here they are blue. And if I turn off these ones and I turn off those ones, you see they are green. So yeah. Now what you have to do is look in here what bones you need to animate this character. Um, I want to have wings in it, because yeah, it is possible to add wings to your character. So let's add that option. You don't have to add wings, but if you decide to add wings, it is correctly. So that's why I add those wings, and I add also the tail, and I want to have the face, and I want to have the growing. How do you call that? And I want to have the eye focus, and I want to have the extra and structure. I don't know what this means yet, but I know you need them, so I'm gonna activate them. And the hints is more for if you want to have a horse or a dog or whatever. Um, Now Towelie has only 2 legs, so I don't need the hints for that. Let me see, spine. I'm not sure. Okay, so basically these are the bones I want to use for rigging my character. Let's see. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna um, see the documentation for Avastar. I need it. I bookmarked it. Because there's so much you have to know. You cannot remember this in one time, also not in 2 times. I did this already 6 or 7 times, and I still don't remember all of it. So um, give me some slack. I'm trying to explain you also how it works. Um, okay, so yeah, add Avastar basic rig. We did that. Um, Step 2, edit the rig. Okay, so now we can edit the rig. Make sure that you're in object mode and only the rig is selected. So right click on the rig to select it. That's all you need to do. And then don't go in edit mode this way. Maybe you can do that, but the site says don't do that. But I know that the site is not really updated, and I talked already to the owner of the site of the Avastar tool, and she already told me that she was sorry and stuff like that, and I really like that she did that, because I was not very nice to her, because you have to buy Avastar, and if you buy Avastar and have old documentations that doesn't apply in the new Avastar, then you're kinda screwed, you know. So that's why I was a little bit mad, and also the fact that I said to her more than a year ago, update your site, update your documentation. And she said, yes, yes, we still have to do that. And now a year later, I look back and she still didn't do it. So that's why I kind of a little bit, yeah, skeptical about it. But okay, she did reply back in a nice way, so I'm cool with it. I'm not a bad guy. I just want work for my money, you know. That's all. Okay, so now we can edit the rig, and luckily we have an Avastar tab here also. So if you don't have Avastar, the tab isn't there as well. So make sure that you have Avastar if you want to do this. Otherwise, you can do it without Avastar, but you have to know the name of the bones and the positions and all that stuff. So if you will want to set up this rig by your own, then you are probably busy for a couple of hours. While the normal second life bones were only uh, the avatar, not the tail, not wings, not eye bones, not hands and all that stuff. So that one was very easy to make. That you had in 15 minutes or so. But this one is kind of complicated, so that's I'm glad that they add um, that option in here that you can add your big rig to your character. But as you see, it's too big, right? They said you can scale it like this, but I don't trust it. Um, Better don't do that. Maybe you can do that. You can try it, of course. I'm not gonna try it. So what I'm gonna do, if you go into the Avastar tab here, and was it workflows? Yeah, workflows. In the documentation, it is called settings, and here it's called workflows. Now I know this, and it doesn't matter. But if you don't know it, you are searching for hours for it, and that's bad. So yeah, that's why. And um, in this new one, well, actually they have already yesterday, I think, they came with Avastar 2.5. Um, maybe that's better to use it, but it's still the same, so it doesn't really matter. Also, in the other Avastar, you had here like you had experimental version, you had the expert version, the basic version, and another one. And they also call it different in the new one. It's kind of confusing, but make sure you are in experimental mode for this. So click that. You see also that some more options will become available here. So you see that here under amateur, or in the dev kit manager. You see that one? Yeah, no, in the dev kit. Let's see which one. Oh, rig config is there now. Okay, so but it's empty. Also very weird, but okay, maybe that's for later. Make sure you are in experimental mode, and then you can click the joint edit. That's doing the same thing as clicking on edit mode, but I guess if you click this button, Avastar is trying to keep that in mind, that you are in edit mode, and all that stuff. And I don't think it will do the same if you click the edit button, or hit tab. You can also hit the tab button. See, if I hit the tab, it changes to the last you selected, I think. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna hit joint edit here, and it will also go to edit mode. But now you are in edit mode, and Avastar knows about it. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna put all the joints. Um, I live in Holland, so a joint is more smoking weed. But these are the bones, and these ones, the circle there in the middle. If you hit 5, numpad 5, you also go in perspective mode of auto mode. Auto mode is that you can zoom in very uh, closely and you still see it. And perspective mode, then all is disappearing. You see what I mean? So sometimes it's handy to go in perspective mode, and sometimes it's handy to go in auto mode. So, but yeah, that's all up to you, of course. But these are the joints, and if you can move them, but some joints um, uh, are overlapping each other. For example, if you move this, sometimes there's another bone under there. So the best way to select it is hit the B key and box select this. That's the best way to do. But if we're gonna move this now, the other one stays there. You see that? And most of the time a character is symmetrical. This character is not really symmetrical because I made some organic shapes here, and also the mount is not really symmetrical, and also uh, the black stripes here are not really symmetrical, and the shoes are not symmetrical. I made other shoes for him because the shoes he was walking on in the series, come on, it's too easy. It's too. So I made some better shoes for him. Um, so, but if you move this, the other one won't move. So make sure if you have symmetrical mesh or character or whatever you want, or whatever you have, make sure that in options mode here, click the x-axis, and the x-axis is the red axis here you see. X is the red one, Y is the green one, and Z is the blue one. Now some games have the Y and the Z vice versa, but Second Life has the Z axis up, so make sure in Blender you have also selected the Z axis up. In this case it's already done, so that's cool. Now if we're gonna select this joint now, oh hold on, only this joint, and I moved it, you see they both move, and that's what we want. So let's go into the side view. That's hitting 1 or 3 on your numpad. In this case 3. 1 is front side, 7 is top side, and 3 is the side in this case. And you can also click the 4 to rotate, or the 6. So just see what is best for you. And what I always do is I go into wireframe by hitting the Z button on your keyboard. Then you can see clearly where your ankle is, for example. Now also make sure that you have more geometry in your ankles. Maybe this is a little bit too less, but it works and it looks good enough. I already uploaded it to Second Life with the basic rig, and it looks okay, good enough for Second Life. So this is enough. So let's you can move it like this or move it like this, but as we are in side mode, so not do it like this, and really be in the side mode. Then you can grab this circle and just move it freely around. So, and that's the cool thing. So if I put it, for example, here, and you look here, it didn't move on the x-axis. You know what I mean? So it's very, very handy. Make sure you put it somewhere between here and here. So let's put it a little bit here in the back, a little bit. You have to experiment with it. It's for every character it's different. So it's a little of trying things, and uploaded it to the beta grid because that's free. Instead, if you have to pay for every mesh you upload, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. So don't do that. Don't do that. So it's a little trial and error you have to do, but if you know what it's already gonna do, then most of the time you are very close to what you want to achieve. So and do that for all the joints. So I hit the B key. So do that for this joint as well, also a little bit here. Keep in mind that this is a shoe, and we want to, if you tap his feet, for example, if he's listening to music and with the joint, because Towelie always smoke a joint, right? And he is listening to the music, and the music is good, for example, you're gonna tap your feet on the ground, like, right? So we want to tap his feet also, and tapping, you see the line here on the shoes. I want that the rotation goes from there. So make sure that your joint is somewhere around that position, somewhere around, yeah, I don't know, here or something. Let's try it. I said it's just trial and error, so see what's best for your character. So let's first do the side view, but sometimes you have to click your middle mouse button and rotate to see where those joints are, and hit A to deselect everything, hit the B key and select that joint and go back to side view. That's how I do it, but if you know that the joint is only here, you can also select it right here. This is the knee bone, right? Yeah, that's the knee bone, or the knee joint, actually, I have to say. So the knee joint comes also a little bit here, a little bit in the back, and also in the middle. In the middle of the, you see, I added more geometry here. It's not perfect, but that doesn't matter. It's not really symmetrical, but very close. That's why you see two lines here and here also. You see that it's not really symmetrical. I did that because it's organic shape, right? But it's very close, so it doesn't really matter. It could be that it must be here, but I put him somewhere here. I saw that also in many tutorials, so I just do that. They don't do that just for fun. Now we have to get all these part lower. So if you look here, you see here is hips, right? But the whole thing has to come down. So what I do is I box select all those parts, and it's selected, and then go to the side view again, and then drag it down, and you can also grab this one, and then also put it a little bit somewhere there. Yeah, it's okay. And then hit the B key again and hold shift, and then deselect only those two. So those are deselected, and now we have to get this right. So now it gets a little bit harder. Make sure that this bone or this joint here, make sure that's in the middle of your character. So something like this. It doesn't have to be exact in the middle, but something like that. And that's cool. Let's see what we have to do now. So you see we have only a couple of joints left. I didn't select the face bones, right? Oh, we can do that later. That's okay. Hold on. So deselect everything, and now I want to do the arms, right, in top view. So now they are here, but the arms are here. That's not good. Maybe I have to change the arms. It doesn't look very good to me, but it seems that it's okay. I did the legs like this because he's very thin, right? A towel is thin, and he has, yeah, legs, but I couldn't put the legs under or in front because that looks stupid. So I decided to put the legs from the back and the arms from the front, because that's how Towelie looks with his arms. But I'm still a little confused about how I want to do that. I think this is the best for it, but okay. People already saw Towelie in Second Life, the one that I rigged to test it, and they liked it. So I think I keep it that way. We'll see. And probably this one I'm not gonna upload to Second Life, because this one is just to show you. But maybe I do. Maybe if all went well, I'm gonna upload this Second Life. I'm gonna use this one, because otherwise I have to do it again, right? Okay, so let's do the arms now. First I'm gonna do these ones. Just put them so they are kinda in the middle. And you have to look what is the you have names here. It says shoulder left, this one, but is it the shoulder left? No, this is the shoulder left, because it's a little bit confusing if you don't know. If you select this bone, it says shoulder left right here in the lower left, But if you select the joint, it says also shoulder left, and that's confusing. Actually, this is the elbow joint, and this is the elbow bone. See that? It's kind of confusing, but if you know that, that's okay. So this is the elbow, and we have to go in top view, and then, for example, wireframe, and the elbow is something right. I don't know. Is it somewhere here in the middle? Uh, yeah, it's okay. So that's the elbow. Put it right there, and then you can box select all these ones. And this is then the wrist bone. So that's somewhere around here. So let's put that one also there. Also, always make sure that your bone is aligned with the line. Or if you have more lines in here, then it doesn't really matter. But it's best to have your character as low poly as possible. And this is kind of low poly for this character, so that's good. But always make sure that it's lined up with the line. So because from there it's gonna rotate, right? And there. So that's the wrist bone. And the thumb and the fingers we're gonna do later, because if you hit T from the tools, if you go to Avastar and we go back to the rig display, it's deselected, right? The face and the hands. So we have to do them later. Now it's very weird, but we'll fix that later. So the other one already did. Let's do uh, this bone, and that's the shoulder bone. So we'll go into top view again by hitting 7 on your numpad, and we're gonna put this somewhere around there. Somewhere around there, it's okay. And then you have another shoulder joint, but this is the collar, I guess. Yeah, the collar. So this is the collar joint, and that one comes behind the arm, a little bit like that, uh, something like that. Or you can maybe put it in. Look at the side view where it is. Yeah, it's in there. Okay, that's cool. And now we have here the neck bone or the neck joint. Yeah, it's only selected. Hit 1 on your numpad to go in front view, and then the neck is under the mouth, so somewhere there, or here, or there. It doesn't matter. See what works best for you. And let's see, let's see. Now it's getting a little bit harder, and I don't understand why this bone is separated from that one, but I will find out. So therefore I'm gonna select them all, uh, and then go in the front view again. And what is this for bone? Uh, this is the neck, and this is the head. Yeah, this is the head joint. So the head joint, basically this is his whole head, right? From the neck, all above is his head. So you want to make sure that this head joint is in the middle of all of these ones, because you also have a skull bone, and the skull bone is used in Second Life for hair, but he has no hair, so we don't gonna use the joint, but we're still gonna not remove it, but we're gonna move it up. So make sure that this joint here, the head joint, is somewhere around here, and also a little bit backwards, maybe even here. Well, maybe even here. I'm not sure. It's a little bit trial and error, but it rotates from that point, and that's actually not good. Well, you know what I can do? Hold on. Control Z to undo. Let's just make it a little bit higher, um, like that. And then you have the skull bone. That's this one. And that bone I'm gonna put right here, something like that. Okay. And now make sure that all these bones are in the middle of your character. And well, maybe we can, yeah, that one as well. Also in the middle of your character. And let's see, we have here another bone, joint, and put it also in the middle, something like that. It doesn't have to be precise. Although I'm a guy that really like to do things precise, but sometimes that will also screw it up. So be careful with that. Okay, now let's go into top view. Let's see if everything is kind of okay. It's kind of okay, and let let the eye target be there. That's okay. But the eyes. Now the eyes, I have still a little bit problem with it because um, if you look at this, probably you would think um, those eye bones and eye joints have to be right at the eyes, right? Well, that's wrong in this case, because if you think very logical, you see he has very big eyes, right? And it's like not a round shape. If it was round, then you can put it very close, but it's higher then it's how do you call it? You know, it's like a oblong shape. So it always rotates from the joint, right? So if you rotate it exactly from this point, and I want to rotate his iris, not his eye itself. His eye stays there all the time. I only want to rotate the black iris, and that goes up and down and left and right. Now there's a little problem with that because if I put the joints and the bones right here somewhere, or maybe even here, it goes okay to if it rotates his eyes from top to bottom, but then the rotation from left to right isn't correct. So try to find a way that looks good. And in some cases, you have to move the eyes a little bit further away from of the iris, a little bit further away from the eyes. In Second Life, you can see that, but you have to look good. So you can do that also. So that's a little bit the trial error, and that's what I'm a little bit fighting with still. But okay, for now it's okay. And also make sure that um, the eye bone or the eye joint is in the middle of the eye. So that's exactly in the middle. That is what you want to have because you want to move the iris. So put it there. So for example, if you look at like this way, and the iris that's here, the black thing here, huh? Rotates around this point. So then the iris goes like, you know what I mean? So it doesn't interfere with the eye itself. That's why I put the joint right here. So it's kind of weird if you see this for the first time, but it's very logical. Okay, Let's see. We have to fix the height for the arms yet. So let's select all those bones and joints here and let's put it a little bit down like that. And now we have to fix all, oh, oops, all those joints. Oops, this one in the middle, and here also in the middle, and this one in the middle, and this one also in the middle. But I rotated my feet a little bit. Probably it's a bad thing to do. But you see that it's also in the middle here, so that's okay. Maybe I have to put it more down. Yeah, I have to put it more down because it rotates. It's the same thing as the eye. Yeah? I want to tap his feet, but here it doesn't have to move that much. But here it does have to move more, like it goes up, right? Like it tap his feet. Um, so if you're gonna do it here, it moves here just a little bit, and it stretches here huge, and you don't want that. So yeah, put it down. That's the correct thing. Yeah, I'm sure for now. Okay, and also uh, put this somewhere there. I'm not sure why they have it like this, but it's okay. Maybe it has to be in there. I don't know. Well, we'll have to see. It's also new for me, but I can show you the workflow a little bit. Is it all a little bit okay now? I didn't sleep yet. Oh my god! And it's almost 11 or it's 10:30 in the morning. Oh my god. Okay, I think all the joints and bones are correct now, except the hand bones. I'm not sure where I have to put those, but I think I have to put those somewhere there. It's an index, right? No, this hand thumb 0 left. I don't know. Maybe it has to be here. Or maybe it has to be here because it's only one. But it's kind of weird. I think it has to be here because if you move your thumb, then it rotates from here, right? And this one somewhere here. Also, uh, the rig has 5 fingers, right? Or actually 4 fingers and a thumb. But my character, and I made this hand also myself a long time ago, and I used this for this avatar. It has only 4 fingers, like Towelie has also 4 fingers. But the rig has 4 fingers instead of 3 fingers and a thumb. That's not a real problem. We can use just we don't gonna use this one, so let's put it just there, and we're gonna use that one. Um, Something like that, I guess. But you can also choose to put this one there and then use this one for the pink. Maybe that's better. Yeah, let's do that. It's more clean, right? And then hit the 1 key on your keyboard and then change these positions. So this is the index finger, and put it somewhere. I don't know. Is it more up? Actually, no. I think it has to be more down because if you look at your finger and you're gonna bend it downwards, it's gonna stretch at the top, right? A little bit. And under it's not gonna stretch, so I think it has to be, oh, let's do it in the middle, it doesn't matter for now. This is also a little bit trial and error for me, So I'm learning as I doing these things. And that's always how I learn things. That's kind of okay. A little bit down, something like that. Is that okay? Something like that. Maybe it has to be more a little bit down. I'm not. Yeah, I think it's okay. And these ones are also done right because we mirrored it. And I think all the bones and joints are correct. Oh, hold on. The grown. It has to be somewhere. I don't know. Here. And also in the middle. There. Now the reason I didn't put the skull in the middle here is because it's bent, right? So you want to bend all the faces here, or actually you bend not the faces, you bend the edges. So that's why I put it there. But you can, if you move, rotate this joint, all that is on top will move with it, right? But all that's below it doesn't move with it. So it's okay that you have the joint here. That's no problem at all. Let's see. Deselect everything, select everything to look around a little bit, see where every joint is and every bone and whatever. It kind of looks okay. Yeah, it looks okay. Okay, these bones are ready. But they are actually not ready. You cannot go out of edit mode and it's done. That's not how it works. You have to click, where is it, imposing? Yeah, you have to click store joints edit, or you have to click snap base to rig. That's kinda not clear for me because on the documentation of Avastar, they said to click the store joints edit, right? But in a video, also on the same site, they say you have to click snap base to rig. So that's also kinda weird. I did store joints edits and it worked, but I saw also another guy uh, using snap base to rig, and that also worked. So let's see what it says. If you hover your mouse over here, it says propagate the control bones edits to corresponding SL bones. So basically, if you turn on the SL bones and watch what happens now, because we made these bones smaller, right? So it fits our avatar. But if we turn on the SL bones, the old one you see in the black, gray black, you see that? It doesn't fit our avatar. Now, if I click one of those two, or it doesn't matter, if I click this one, those bones will snap to these bones. But if I click this one, the same thing happens. So I have to see what is the difference between those. Let's see. Propagate the control bones edits to corresponding SL base bones. You use this function after you have edited the control rig. Then this function synchronizes your deformed bones, or in this case the SL bones, to the edited control rig. Okay, that's logical. So now what does what does this thing do? Is it also calculate? No, it's not calculate, it's propagate. This one is propagate, the control one edits to corresponding SL bones, and this one is calculate the SL joints offset for your armature modifications. You must call this function to keep the apparent slides enabled after editing your rig. Tip: read the tooltip in the add-on preferences, auto slider update. Okay, so from what I understand, in Second Life, you can edit your appearance, right? Like for say you want to have bigger feet, or you want to have a bigger head, or you want to have bigger boobies, or you want to have a bigger butt, or want to have thicker thighs or smaller ones. All those sliders are adjustable in Second Life, and this tool, that Avastar tool, is made so that these sliders are also in here. So, for example, if I wanted to have that Towelie have boobies, for example, I can attach those sliders to the joint, um, and then it also works in Second Life. So that's basically what what this thing do, and I want that because that's the whole point of Bento, right? Um, yeah, that's, and also Bento is also for animate your expressions and your avatar, not only for um, 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 move your avatar. Yeah, well, actually it's the same, animation or move your avatar. That's basically the same. But if you move in Second Life, you move with your arrow keys, right? And basically that's also an animation that plays. Only those animations are already in Second Life, made by the developers of Second Life. And sometimes, for example, if you make a dog, you have to make your animation yourself because that doesn't exist in Second Life. While they are exist in Second Life, they are sold by other um, creators, but it doesn't fit your custom avatar. So if you want to make a dog or a horse or everything with four legs, or your feet are on a different position, or your arms are on a different position, then those animations that are already in Second Life doesn't apply to your rig. You have to make those animations yourself, or other people gonna make them for you. Uh, or if you make a rig and it doesn't uh, 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 animate properly, then also another creator can make animation for it. If you cannot do that, you have to talk with those guys. I can make animations, but it's hard for me to do because animations, if you want to make very good animations, then you need a system like mocap. Mocap is short for motion capture, like the FIFA games, the soccer games on the computers. All those animations are made by the mocap system, and mocap system is basically a system that you attach sensors on your real life body, and if you move yourself, it also moves the skeleton in a 3D program. You can also do that in Blender by animation thing. I never did that, but I know it's possible. I saw people do it. I know how to do it, but it's a pain in the ass if you don't have the mocap system. It's really pain in the ass. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. But as it is a human character, his arms are at the places where it belongs, the legs. The animations, the walking animations in Second Life are still valid. So I don't need to make those. Those are already existing. So that's okay. That's cool. Let's see. Okay, let me look on the Avastar. The site I'm looking at, it's avastar.guru. There is also documentation, and I'm at Rick Creature. A creature is not. I don't need it to rig a creature, but I have to edit bones, like I did now. And that section is under adding a creature, which is weird, but okay. I already explained that the documentation of Avastar is kind of weird, but that's how it is. We cannot do anything about it. So let's see. Again, I'm not a pro. I don't know all things. So if I'm missing something, please let me know in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. Um, but again, I do this just as a hobby. So I'm not the best, although I can find my way after a while. Okay, let's turn off the SL bones for now. We don't need it now. We also want to do the hand bones, and also we want to do the face bones for expressions, right? With his mouth and his eyebrows and stuff like that. So we're gonna do the hand bones now. Turn on the hands, and then you see the hand bones right here. So make sure everything is deselected. Hit A, so everything turns gray. And then hit the B key to box select and select all those joints here. And then slide them down and go into front view. And front view. If you hold shift, if you, for example, if you click middle mouse button, you can look around a particular point. Now, if you hit your decimal key on your numpad, it will automatically orient its focus on what you have selected. So if I, for example, hit my middle mouse button to rotate, it will rotate around what you have selected. That's very handy, and it's a pain in the ass if you don't know that, but this is really cool. So and even if you zoomed out, it just rotates around that point, right? And if I do this, it rotates also around that point, but that point is slided to here. So hit decimal again, and then there you go. There you have it again. So that's kind of cool. It's handy to know. They are a little bit too big. I don't know if I can scale this in its whole. I'm not gonna do that, because if you move the joints one by one, then you're sure it's correct. And that's what I meant with I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but then I know that it works, right? So, but now you see, that's what I mean with I don't know if these joints are correct, because we have here also joints, right? And I know that your finger has like 1, 2, 3 joints actually, right? If you look at your finger and you bow your finger down, then you see it rotates on 3 points, and every point that it rotates, it's a joint. And this is 1, this is 2. Oh, wait a minute. This is the second one here. You know what I'm gonna do? You can select octahedral. Then you see the bones a little bit easier, and you see the joints a little bit easier, right? So I forgot what to tell you. This only changes the view. It doesn't do anything on your rig, so it's safe to do that. Now this are already 3 joints, right? So one, your thumb has only 2 actually, but your fingers has 3. So but this has 4, and this also has 4. So I'm guessing that those has to be a little bit more backwards. You know what I mean? A little bit here. It's like a how do you call this? A handy pink left, wrist left, Is this your wrist? No. This is your hand. To move your hand. Um, yeah, I think this is correct now. So let's put everything in place. I think also it has to be somewhere more there. Now, that's also trial and error you have to do. It always is. Actually, they said this one comes here, right? Maybe it has to be like this. It's weird. Let's just try something. You never know. You only know it for sure if you try something. Um, Top view, yeah. Now let's do these ones. Um, no, these ones I'm not gonna use. So let them in here. This one I'm gonna use for the middle finger. Or he has no middle finger. That was kind of funny. I see Towelie. Oh, fuck you, right? He has no middle finger. Towelie is so cute. That's why I want to rig him. Because he's so cute. And it's fun to walk with the character nobody has in Second Life or whatever game you are. It's cool that if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, you have Towelie, where can I buy it?" And then I can say, uh, "You can buy it at my store." Oh, really? You made it? Yes, I made it. But you can also say, "This is not for sale." Oh, but who made it then? Then I can say, yeah, I made it. Oh, you made it. Oh. And then they say, oh, you're very talented and all that stuff, all that nonsense. They are always trying to be your best friend after they found out you can script and 3D model and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit on the background in Second Life. It's very annoying if people do that. But I'm already like 12 years, almost 12 years in Second Life. So I know how people react to those things, and it's not really pretty, but yeah, that's how people are. Huh? That you cannot do anything about it. If you try to do anything about it, it just gonna work the wrong way. So yeah, well, let's see. I also learned that the hard way because I'm a really nice guy and I like to help people, and most people are misusing for what you can on Second Life, that is. So I'm a little bit cautious with it, but it's okay. At the end, I can say at least I was nice to you. Okay, so oh yeah, also those ones. I'm not gonna use those ones, but let's put them in place. Yeah, that's okay. So let's see. Let's select all the joints and let's look around a little bit. I think this one can go a little bit up or down, I mean. I think that this one must be go more to there. Something like that. Yeah. That looks okay, but I think also But those ones, let's select it with box select. It has to go a little bit higher, something like this, and then select only that one, and also a little bit higher. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, so that hand is already done because it's mirrored. Now the hardest part, the face joints of bento heads. Uh, Again, keep in mind this is my first time I tried bento head. Oh, I did it before, like yesterday and the day before, to see what happens. But I did not yet upload the bento one to Second Life. I did never do that. So this is also my first time I do it. So it's, but I'm kind of know what I'm doing. So I hope. So let's hope that the bento works the same way as the normal one. I guess it does, because there's nothing much difference between adding more bones for that. Um, but keep in mind that this rig you see here, you cannot change. Well, you can change position, but don't change the names. Don't add more bones to it, because that's not gonna work. Second Life has its rig, and this is the rig. This is how it looks, and it will, you can move the joints, and Second Life will uh, copy that. But if you're adding bones, Second Life doesn't recognize it, because it it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't recognize it. It's just the way it is. But if you know how everything is called and how everything is placed, and everything, then you can make your own rig. But everything has to be the same as this one. The names, everything, except the positions, of course, and the rotations. But for rotations, for example, if you want to make a horse, then you have to rotate your pelvis from here to top. You have to rotate, and or maybe you can even use the hints for that. Um, but then you can also rotate it, and use the arms for your front legs. You know what I mean? But then you have to make an animation so that your arms are actually the front legs, and yeah, that's kind of hard also. So what we're gonna do now, is adding, not adding bones, because they're already added. They only hide it. Um, so there are the face bones. Those are a lot of bones, right? So which one is which? Okay, let's select them all and hit the decimal on your numpad to zoom in on this whole part, and then we can see what is what. Now I know that this is the mouth. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Let's see, no, select this. No, come on. Select this one, and then you have your tongue and your other tongue. This one I want to have. Uh, this one I want to have, and those. Come on, man. Select it. This one, and this one, and this one, and cheeks also. And well, let's grab those ones as well. And this is your chin. Okay, let's move those down. let's just move those down to where your lips are, somewhere here. And let's see, what do we have left? What's this? That's the face, cheek, upper right. And you have the face, cheek, upper left. Let's put them in. What are those actually? Face, nose right, face, nose left, face, nose top of something, center, and face, nose lower, face, nose base. Alright, so let's select all of those. He has no nose, so, and this also nose, yeah, nose bridge. Okay, so this is the whole nose actually. I'm not gonna use the nose because Towelie has no nose, but I'm still gonna put them in place. So that's something right there, right? Yeah, something like that. And these are the cheeks, huh? Face, cheek, upper right. So it's somewhere here, right? Somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. Okay. Let's see, what do we have more? See, it's kind of logical if you do these things. Am I still streaming? Yeah, I'm still streaming. Okay. Now those are the eyelids, and you have your eye alternative right. I'm not sure what they mean with it, and you have your eyelid lower right. So let's grab those. Hold on, what's this? Eye corner inner right. Do I want to do something with the eyes? No, I don't want to do something with the eyes. The eyes must stay in their position. So let's grab those 4, and also what was that also? Eye upper lid and eye lower lid. The eye upper lid, I also wanted to rig those actually, because it's kind of possible to rig them, because it has only one color, right? It has no texture on it, and it's gonna be stretched if you rig this. Well, not really stretched, but if you have a texture on it, you see the texture doing weird things if you close your eyes, for example. I did not set up my mesh for that. Maybe I have to do this all over, but it's okay for now. So let's put this also at eye height, something like this, in the middle of the green and the purple ones. So not in the middle of the iris, but in the somewhere in the middle of the green and the purple ones, something like that. And then also put them a little bit here. I'm not sure if I want to rotate here, also somewhere here. I'm not sure. That's also trial and error we have to do. We have to look in Second Life how it looks, and then come back into Blender and change the positions again for these joints, and then look how it looks, and then rig it, of course, and then look how it looks in Second Life. Here we have the ear bones. Now I want to do this, to do those, because there are some people on Second Life that buy this avatar, and they're gonna add Nico eyes or whatever eyes, devil eyes on their character. So I still want to do those, and I think he has eyes in the front and not on the side or the back. So let's put this here, and then put this one there, and then put this one like so. Something like this. It depends on how the shape of your ears are also. But this is kinda okay, yeah. It looks weird if you add ears to him. But then again, he never listens, right? I'm not sure. Okay, so and then we have here the eyebrows, and this is the eyebrow, and this is the eyebrow. Oh, this one. Those three are the eyebrows, and we have eyebrows. So I want to animate those as well for face expressions. So let's do those as well. On front view again, and just align them a little bit with uh, your eyebrow. And then I'm not sure if I have to do it like so or like so. I think I have to do it like so. But it can also be possible like this. I'm not sure, we have to figure that out. Okay, so a little bit back. It's a shame that you cannot see the black one. Then I have to go into N. Was that here? No, right? It was in, let me see, here, X-ray. Now we can see it a little bit better. So we can still see it, the rig here, but now, yeah, X-ray. It's showing your rig through your object, and sometimes that's a little bit weird because you see the eyebrow here, it's disappearing. What actually is happening is your rig will always be placed in front of everything. And sometimes that's annoying in this case, so I turn off X-ray, and then you can see clearly where you put something. See? So let's do that. There. And now I can enable it again, and then put it somewhere, I don't know, spread it a little bit over the whole eyebrow. Again, I'm not sure if I can rotate this bone, but I'm not gonna do that. I knew in the past it wasn't possible, um, but you can easily rotate it by saying, grab this one and then put it like so. Then it's also rotated, right? Some sort of. So that's what I'm doing. Put this a little bit more in the middle. A little bit down. Oh, hold on. No, that one, yeah. Something like that? Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Now, I don't think, you see, I did not make the eyebrow symmetrical, right? Actually, I had to do that. but it's okay. It's okay. It's not a real big problem. Box select. If you have trouble with selecting it, just do this. Box select everything. But make sure that you don't box select something like so. Otherwise, that joint is also selected. You don't want it. See, this one also changed. So if that happens, go to your option toolbox, deselect X mirror, and then you can change those to the correct positions there, and those one will stay. And now you can turn it on again. So let's see, what do we have left here? What's this? Forehead center, forehead right, and forehead left. Okay, so grab those three, so they belong to each other. Forehead center, and this one is the forehead left. Something somewhere here, I don't know. Yeah, and grab those all, and then side view again, and then I think something like this, and then grab that one, something like that. Now we have to put all those bones a little bit backwards, which is kind of weird in this case. Box select those, box select all those, box select that one. If I just box select this, what's gonna happen? Yeah, that's what I want. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I see some more here. This one, yeah, this one, and this one. Let's see. Oops. You see? Watch out that you don't select more things. Is this what I wanted? Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. What I do? I watch the lip joints here. Those ones. Or actually only those ones. And then again, side view, turn off X-ray for now, and let's look. Let's put crap. Let's put it like so, a little bit down. Those are the nose joints, a little bit up. This is the corner of that one, but also symmetrical. It's not symmetrical. This one is for sure not symmetrical. Hey Annie, how are you? Let's turn off X mirror and put those joints where I want them, somewhere there. But this mouth is not good yet. I did not made it good. Well, the shape is correct, but if you want to bend this, um, it's bad because it has no geometry here, so I have to fix that. But for now it's okay, so I have to start all over, but it's okay, it's no problem. And let's turn this on again. Let's put those somewhere there. A little bit up. This one a little bit up, somewhere there. And let's see, this one a little bit down, and that one. And this one a little bit there. Yeah, that's kinda okay. Alright, so what do we have left? Only those two, huh? What are those two? This is the face root and this is the face jaw shaper. I'm not thinking that I'm gonna use those because it's not a human actually. But let's put them in place anyway. Oh god. Oh crap. Well, I'm not gonna use them. Let's put them here. And those one are the eyes. Those are already correct. So basically now I rigged my whole character, or actually I set up my rig for my character. This whole thing, I set it up. No, it was looking like this, and I changed it to fit my avatar. Most of it works. So this is the workflow you have to do to set up your rig to fit your avatar. And now we have to enable the SL bones. So the blue ones are those. Oops. Oh shit. Oh shit, what did I do? No, 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 what happened? Hold on. Redo. Edit mode. What happened? Did he do that all already automatically? If that's the case, yes. Oh, I hit a tab by accident to go out of edit mode, and he snaps the bones automatically. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, I hope this is correct. Eye focus we don't need now. Let's see, what's the next thing we have to do? We adjusted everything. Step 2, edit the rig. Now we have to edit the rig. Oh no, we did already edit the rig. Hold on, we have to clean up the rig. So far we have edited the animation bones for the rig. Now we must do two things. We have to clean up the deform rig. That the deform rig is the second life rig. That's the blue one. Let's see. Let's go into pose mode. So that's the blue one, and the green ones are the ones that we changed, right? So, and you see that also here. You have here a blue eye, you have here a green eye. But I think he does that already automatically. I'm not sure. So the cleanup, normally we have to click that button here, joint edit, and then after that we have to store the joint edits, right? But it says now remove joint edits, so I guess he already stored those by accidentally hitting the tab key. I didn't know. Okay, so the second thing we must do is inform Avastar about the modified joints, and I think those two things he does do with store joint edits, and I already did it, so I guess it's okay now. There's only one thing we have to fix, and that's the bone roll. Some joints are on a different spot. It's not actually a human rig now. It is look like a human because it has two legs and two arms and eyes and stuff like that. But still, if you edit your rig, um, you place the positions of the joint somewhere else, so the bone also rotates differently. So if you, for example, enable the axis here, and disable, for example, the cell bones now, and also let's see, hands, arms, legs. You see that it says here the z-axis goes from to the back, and the y-axis goes a little bit down, but here the y-axis of the x-axis goes down, and here the x-axis goes up. That isn't correct. That's very weird. And if you're gonna rig your character like this and you're gonna upload it to whatever engine you use, in this case I'm gonna use Second Life, then it rotates the wrong way. And luckily, there's a tool in Avastar to fix it with just one click. So let's see how we're gonna do that. Adjust the bone roll. The front legs of the horse have been bended downwards by 90 degrees. That's what the site says. Now I didn't edit a horse, but I changed some joints. So actually the principle is the same, only I don't have a horse. So forget about the horse thing. The front legs of Towelie has been changed. Let's say that. By with positions, and therefore also the rotation changed a little bit, so that affects the bone roll, and we have to fix that. Otherwise we will end up with very unpleasant distortions on the mesh after uploading to Second Life. So we have to do a couple of things now. We have to enable the visibility of the blue bones. The blue bones are the Second Life bones, and that's the SL base. So we have to enable those. So let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. And open the appearance panel. And that's this one, I guess. But we also have added this turned on. And select all the bones. So hit A and hit A again. Is everything selected? Doesn't really look like it's selected. Oh yeah, I'm in pose mode, hold on. Object mode. Select the rig, is it already selected? Yeah, that's already selected. Let me see, open the builder, enable the visibility of blue base bones, enable the axis in bone, yeah, we already have that. And select all the bones. So what did I use? I used the torso, origin, face, wings. Oh, tail I didn't do yet. Crap, okay, we forgot the tail. We did the groin. Let's see. We have to enable that one instead. But I think also for bento we have also select those things, because we changed them here. We changed the wing positions. No, we did not change the wing positions. Okay, so no, let's don't do the wings then. No, don't do the wings. Growing, we did. Yes. And okay, now you have to select all the bones. not Towelie. So let's disable Towelie. Let's select all the bones here with A, and then Shift and click the layer 1 that we see Towelie in here. But actually that's not really needed yet. We have to fix the axes of the bones. So we have to go in edit mode in order to do that. So we see all the axes here, and then we have an option in Amateur. It's called bone roll, and we have to just clear the bone roll. You can also hit Ctrl R as a hotkey, and then you see that all axes are turning around. Now it does make sense. See? Not for all the bones, but I did not rotate those bones, so it's still okay, I guess. So we did that, and now you can also adjust the IT arms and legs and stuff, but arms and legs are already in place, so we don't have to do that, I guess. We can skip that part, and adjust the constraints also. We can also skip that because that has the same thing as those things, but we're not going to use those. The IKs are actually only handy if you want to make animations in Blender in here for your character, but I'm not going to make animations. So it's a handy tool. You can just click that joint, and if you move that in a particular direction, you see that, for example, your leg is going upwards, but it also grab your ankle joint and your knee joint, and it moves like in a logic way. Your leg moves also, and that's what the IK handle does. But that's only for if you want to make animations, but I'm not going to do that now, and I'm bad at it, so I'm not going to do that. So let's skip that part as well. Let's see. Okay, so it says now remove the mesh, but as we added only a rig, there is no mesh. We have our own mesh, and that's Towelie. We don't want to move that or remove that. What he's saying now, this tutorial, what I'm looking at is actually for a horse. What he's telling me now is that you can um, save the rig. So if you want, for example, make a dog, you can just grab that horse rig and just change positions. That's why they made the tutorial, which is a good thing. So you have quadruped, is it called like that? Quadrupled rig with 4 legs and stuff. And then you have only changed the position. But we didn't make a horse, so I'm not gonna save this rig. We're just gonna go on with the next one, and that's, let's see, where is it? Where are my favorites? Oh, here. Bind. Uh, this tutorial is called bind a creature. Towelie is not actually a creature; he's cute. So we have to bind our Towelie to the armature, so that if you rotate a bone, like his left leg bone, that his left leg also moves, because his left leg moves with the bones, and we can adjust uh, how much it's going to move with it. But that I'm going to show you also, and that's the most important part. So the tutorial is now showing me another horse, because she saved the armature, right? She saved the rig, and now she takes another horse, a little bit in a bigger, and she's gonna use that. and she's gonna adjust the bones again. And um, hold on. Hey Stacy, how are you? I don't see emoticons here because I'm streaming to 3 platforms like YouTube, um, Mixer, and Twitch at the same time. So through Restream, and I see all the chats in there. So I don't see emoticons, unfortunately. Not the ones you've said. Gaming.youtube.com gaming. And Moy, I don't see. I see links. It's okay. Let's see. Oh, you may use them. I don't care. It's okay. I'm not a person that say you're not allowed to do this. Except don't uh, how do you call that? Harass other people. That's the only thing. But that's logical, right? So for the rest, you can put links in there. It doesn't matter. I don't mind. Um, let's see. So now we want to bind our rig to the Towelie I made. And how we're gonna do that? That's I'm gonna show you. So we're now at the part that now let's bind the mesh. I'm making Towelie for Second Life. You know Towelie from South Park? I made him like 2 or 3 days ago, and people wanted to have it in Second Life, so I decided to make him. It's not textured yet, but I have the textures already. Um, I have to rig this avatar or Towelie, so Second Life understands how he has to move, and that's what I'm doing now. So if I'm done with this whole really, but you know Towelie, Towelie is cute. So if I'm gonna upload this avatar or this character to Second Life, you can wear him, and then you walk as Towelie, and you can have face expressions, and you can laugh, you can smoke, you get red eyes, and you can dance, you can tap his feet, everything. So that's what I'm doing now. This is the first time I do this with these kind of bones, but I did it before with um, the normal bones. So I made the Donald Duck, of course, huh? And Willy Wortel, the scientist, with his lamp, the avatar, the lamp. I made him also. So yeah, you have to rig it so it moves like you want. That's what I'm doing now. So it's very cool. Um, where was I? Okay, so now we have to bind the mesh to the skeleton. Eh? So we have, for example, the mesh here. Um, that's the whole Towelie part. I have put it in different parts and stuff. But it doesn't move. He can bend his legs. He cannot bend his arms. He cannot do nothing. He's static now. So, and therefore we need the armature, and I have that here. Let's turn on, where is it? X-ray again. Um, let's see. Where's the X-ray? Where's the X-ray? No! Hold on. Where's the X-ray? I lost the X-ray. It's not that X-ray, it's another one. Rig display. Oh, I have to go in edit mode, of course. There it is. X-ray. That's what I want to have. Because X-ray, now you cannot see the rig very clearly, but if you use X-ray, then you can see clearly. So let's see. Yo, no problem, Annie. You can come anytime you want. But most of the time I'm streaming game or I'm in Second Life making things. That's always what I do. I like to do that. But thanks, Annie. I really appreciate it. So how to bind the rig to the mesh is I'm gonna deselect everything by hitting A couple of times, so that everything is deselected. I'm gonna select everything from my rig, so I hit A so everything is selected, and make sure that this is yellow, so that's the last one selected, and look if you have selected everything. Yes, I did. And then hold shift and right click on the second layer so you see your rig, and right click your rig also with shift holding, so your rig is now yellow and the rest is all red. So what is happening now is that basically your rig is selected as last. That's very important. And now we're gonna bind the character to the skeleton. Now here comes the part where everybody gets excited with Avastar, and then we have to go to the skinning tools. So let's see, where's the skinning tools. It's here. Here we have skinning tools, and we set this to bones, because you can say meshes, but I don't have any mesh on my bones yet. It's just a rig. It's just bones. So we have to attach Towelie to the bones, because these are bones that you see here. So, and there are no meshes, because if I disable Towelie, there's no mesh, there are only bones. So we have to attach it to the bones, if that makes sense. And then we have to click the bind to armature. That's basically all we have to do. So let's see if I did it correct. Bind to armature. Hold on a minute, it's gonna calculate and stuff like that. And then don't gonna crash me. There we go. Okay, fine. Now the rig is attached to Towelie, or better said, Towelie is attached to the rig. Now they say test how the mesh reacts to the animation bones. Okay, so let's look how he moves, because now we can bend his legs. Let's see, and if we want to move him, we don't have to select the animation bones. We have to, or do I? I'm not sure. No, SL bones. So go in pose mode with your rig selected. Go in pose mode, and also turn off those two because we don't need it. So if you look at those bones, oh, hold on. If you look at those bones, the blue ones, also let's. Oh, I cannot do that now at this time. It's okay. Those bones are the bones for Second Life. Grown can also grow. Those are the bones for Second Life. So, and those bones we want to rig, and also we can grab each bone. Now, let's see if what happens if we're gonna rotate this. Nothing's gonna happen. I did something wrong, and I don't know what yet. Is it the blue bones or is it these bones? Yeah, it's those bones, not the blue bones. But we have to rig it to the blue bones, but change the green bones. Or now we can see what's going to happen. It looks very ugly now. What do you mean, Trollolo? With an auto trigger? Um, because this is also the first time I do rigging with bento bones. So I know how to do it in normal bones, but I'm also in a learning process. So give me some slack, please. But I like to show it to people and help them a little bit on their way. So please explain me what is an auto trigger or auto rigger. Um, well, I think I know what you mean. Um, this yes and no, yes and no. This Avastar I use, it's for Second Life. You cannot use Avastar for another game engine. It's only for Second Life. And some creators in Second Life made Avastar, and I have Avastar. Um, and Avastar has a couple of rigs in it, and those rigs are exactly the same rigs as Second Life is using. So I made Towelie, and I want to rig Towelie to the Second Life bones, and that's what I'm doing now. So basically, yes, I use an auto rigger, but as you see here, I still have to correct the whole rig. So yes, it is actually an auto rigger, but I changed my whole avatar. It's not a real human right now, so I have to, and that's actually you always have to smooth out your your rig that it moves nicely and stuff. But you have to do that. So that you see very weird things here. That's logical. Um, but we're gonna fix that now. What you have to do then is select your go into object mode, select your mesh, which one you want to work on. I have different meshes here. I want to work on the towel part now. So select that one, and then there are a couple of things you can do. You can go to the weight paint, but I think that's bad because Avastar has here, if you go in workflows, it has a skin and weight option. Use that one. You will see that if I click that button here, it automatically changes to weight paint mode, but with some extra options for Avastar. That's why you have to click this button. So click that one, and there you see it automatically changed to weight paints. See? So it's better to use the options that are in Avastar than the options that are in Blender in this case. So now we can, for example, right click on the joint, and then you see colors. Now if I rotate this, you see that the red color is changed fully with a joint, and the more it gets lighter to dark blue doesn't change at all, and red moves all the way. And we want to change this. So how we can do that? There are a couple of ways you can do this. I do it the hard way. I'm gonna paint on my object, like Photoshop or another brush kind of program you have. Those are brushes. So you can just use the Blender tools for that. You can change the radius of your brush tool. You can well, weight. I don't think you have to do that. But I also forget one thing. Um, let's fix that now. Let's hit Ctrl Z. So we go back to the rig, and we have uh, to look, and that's also an option in Avastar. It was under toolbox. yeah, weight limits. So Second Life has limitations in it. For example, um, every bone or every joint is connected to 4 vertices. So vertices are actually the dots you see in here. So this is vertice, this is vertice, this is vertice, and this is vertice. Now if I click the mesh, that this one is selected, so only the towel, not arms and not eyes, only the towel, and I click this one, it says an error here. It says 47 on it, 47 thirds, blah blah, what you said, with more than 4 deforming weight groups on Towelie. And that's not possible for Second Life, so we have to fix that. Now, and then luckily, there's also an option in Avastar, and that's under, let's see, posing. Was that on the posing? Let me see, let me see. Weight limit moderator, how to fix weight limits. Yo, well, you're welcome, Trollolo. Um, let's see, make sure you select your mesh in edit mode. I did. Oh, in edit mode. Okay. So if you go then in edit mode after you click that button, you see that your vertices that are not correct has been selected automatically. So and then we have to go to and that's not an option in Avastar, that's just an option in tools of Blender. Scroll down and go to weights tool and click limit total. That's basically all you have to do. Now if you go back to object mode and you try to check it again, let's see, where is it? Posing? Was it posing? No, it was toolbox. If you click here weight limits again, you see here on top it doesn't give an error now. So that's cool, that's what we want to have. So let's check every mesh for that. This has also a yellow sign in it, it's also an error. Hit the tab key on your keyboard and you see that automatically the vertices are selected that has an issue. And then go to tools again. I think that they have to put that tool, so actually this limit total, they have to put in Avastar as well. Maybe they already did it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, for now we have to do it like this. So let's fix those as well. Hit limit total under tools. There we go. And it's fixed, and let's check if it's really fixed. Weight limits, yeah, now it's no error anymore, it's now good. And do that for all the meshes. In this case I have different parts, but you can also combine your mesh and then you have only one mesh. I have different meshes now, and I did that on purpose because in Second Life you can attach and detach things from you, but that's a little bit of trial and error of how you want to have your avatar in Second Life. Do you want to have it in one mesh? Then Second Life also some limits on that. Yesterday I found out that one limit they took away, and that's the each mesh could have only 8 materials on it, and they higher that number. I don't know how much it is now, but that was a limit in Second Life. You must keep in mind um, uh, before they changed it. But that limit is gone now. But Second Life has also more limits, of course. And well, this is one of them, and luckily it is fixed automatically by just clicking one button. Um, so let's look for this arm as well. Avastar and then weight limits. It has also an error. Not all the meshes have an error, but most of them have an error. Tools again. Um, edit mode, and then limit total, and it's fixed. Let's see if it's fixed. Yes, it's fixed. Let's do the mount. Now the mount is bad. The mount I have to re-rig, but for now it's okay. Avastar, weight limits. This is also a problem. Look, this is what I did wrong. It goes in one point here, and you have to make straight lines here in order to and also like there in the middle in order to move it good. I forgot that, but again it's okay for now. Especially with bento bones, you have to do that. Otherwise, it's if you want to if if you want to let him smile, then it will give very weird results if you do it like this. Sometimes weird results are a positive thing, but I'm sure in this case it's negative, but it's okay. Um, yeah, we have to weight limits. Yeah, it has also problems. It has only problem with those two. All right, well, it's kind of weird, but okay. Limit total, and then change back to Avastar. Weight limit, no error. Let's do this one as well. This is a pain in the ass, man. Jesus. Weight limit. This is no problem. Okay, cool. This one is also no problem. Did I connect those actually? I don't know. Let's see. This one has a problem. So limit total. Back into object mode. Check it again, and it is no error anymore. It's a pain. Avastar limit weights, yeah, also has a problem. Go in edit mode. He selected vertices automatically, which is cool. And then tools, limit total, and going back in object mode, Avastar, weight limits, and there's no error anymore. We have 1, 2, 4 meshes to go. This one, Avastar, weight limit. This one has no problem. Weight limit. This one has also no problem. I like to see. Oh, my joint also. Weight limit. My joint has a problem. Where it has a problem? My whole joint is the problem. Are you fucking kidding me? um, tools. Limit total. There. We fixed that. Now it looks very weird. The whole hand looks weird, kinda. I think I did something wrong. Well, you know how it goes, right? There's a documentation also, but we can fix that. Maybe we did already do that, right? Weight limit? Yeah, we did already do that. It's kind of weird that it looks like this. I think I did something wrong. This one is good, and that one is good. So we fixed all the weights and all the errors. Now we can rig it. So let's first see what's happened to the hands and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's because of the documentation is outdated. And still the day today, it's a documentation from 6, 7, 8 years ago. And yesterday I talked with the owner of this program, and they said, yeah, my excuses that I didn't make a new document. We have very busy and stuff like that. But I asked it a year ago, and they said, yeah, we have to update it yet. And yesterday I asked it again, so a year later, and they said, no, we didn't update it yet. And I was like, yeah, you said it a year ago also, and now it's not updated yet. So I'm a little bit confused about it. Maybe that's why it goes wrong now. But yeah, that's the workflow. So let's see what actually happens. Going to Avastar and then rig display and show the arms, show the origin for now, torso, um, extra structure, I guess. Although structure is not really needed. And turn off the SL bones. Yeah. Okay, and then go and select the whole rig. Go in pose mode, and now we can right click on the joint or a bone. It doesn't matter, and we can see what's going to happen. Now this moves okay. See, this is correct. I think I know already what I did wrong. Yeah, I know. These are the oh crap. Yeah, those are the bento things that did this. Okay, but now it moves. That's good. That's what we want. This one also, and this one also. But you see there, the blue one goes with it. So we have to fix all those things. And the way you can do that, if let's see how. No, hold on. This one has to move. Yeah, that one is okay. Funny, huh? It comes to life. Um, let's see. So now it's rigged to the armature. So let's go back into object mode, and we also fix the weight limits and stuff like that. Let's click towel itself, and then you have to go. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I did hit tab instead of, yeah. Okay. I have to do this anyway again. So then I'm gonna make a new stream for you guys with without this problem. Yeah, it's something I cannot do anything about it. The document is kind of weird. So click the towel itself, the blue one. So not the hand or whatever you want to work on. And then in Avastar, there is a skin weight button. So click that one, and now we're going into the weight paint mode. So, and then you can, for example, click this one, right click every. What's happening here? It's something not right. It doesn't want to. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's these ones, but it doesn't want to select them. What the fuck is happening here? What the hell? Why it doesn't work now anymore? Oh, this is bad, guys. Oh, this is not good. This is not what I wanted to show you. Every time, I have always bad luck when I do these things. When I'm alone, it goes all right, and when I'm gonna record it, it goes wrong. Always, and always in the stream. If I record it, it goes good. But if I stream it, it doesn't go good. It's like there's a devil on my shoulder that says, "Don't you allow to do it the right way." Oh god. Let's see what I did wrong. I cannot select those bones. What the hell is happening here? Why not? And now he wants. That's weird. You see what's happening? I don't know what's happening. Um, it doesn't want to select the bone. Alright, hold on, hold on. Is it because of the... No. Okay, let's hit Control right mouse button because that works. That's very weird. That's very weird. Control right mouse button works, but normally the right mouse button should also work. Alright, okay. Okay, we can go on. So you can rotate joints in edit mode, that's no problem to look what it's doing. And you see it has very unpleasant results and we must fix that. So how we can do that? What I always do, this is a very easy shape, right? So if you want to bend, for example, forwards, then only this part has to move, right? So what you can do, I do is always the hard way. Select those. You can I do also always painting, but you can also deselect everything and hit the B to box select, and then everything from here to here is gonna move, but the back is not selected, and that's why I do it by hands. I paint in by hands. I'm not sure why this happening. Can we go into wireframe mode and then select everything? I don't think so. Let's try it. There? No, it's not selected. See? It's very weird. I'm not sure why he does this. So, but that's why I select but you can brush now like so. So you only brush on the selected vertices, the yellow ones, not on the black ones, only on those. So that's kind of cool, but it doesn't grab this one. You see? So that's why I always select everything and then just paint it in by hand. See? That's why I always do that. So I do it always the hard way, but it works better because not always the tools works like you want. And that's why I do that. Some people say, what are you doing? You can just do this, but no, that's not always the case. So this is just like paint shop, just paint everything red. So we want to move this joint, right? So everything above there till the next joint. Actually, yeah, that's good. It's gonna move. That's basically how you have to see it. So everything what's red moves fully with it, and everything that's dark blue doesn't move with it, and everything in between is just a mix of that. So let's take now this bone and let's see where this one ends. Uh, oh, this one. Let's start that here. This is kind of boring as I'm just painting here and actually I'm not making anything. I'm just filling the weights. Um, I'm gonna show you why I do this and why it's needed. There's a where is it? Um, Avastar, edit, posing. Where's that option? Let's see. No, no. It was smooth tool. Oh god. Where's the smooth tool? Yeah, these are the sliders you have in Second Life as well. So wait a minute. Now, where's my smooth tool? My crap. Do I overlook it? Hmm. It's kind of weird. I think. Do I have to paint on the blue bones? Do I paint on the green bones? That's still not very clear. The document also doesn't really say that because I miss my smooth tool here. Or is it here? Smooth? Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. Nothing said. Nothing said. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing to work with Avastar, and you have to switch to tools and Avastar. I think the tools you use in tool options, they have to put in Avastar as well. It's very confusing sometimes, even for me. Okay, and we don't want that it moves with it, so we can go to tools and then subtract, and then paint this one black, blue. So make sure that it's completely blue. Everything, like so. That looks okay. Here also, this one all blue. We're gonna smooth it out later by the smooth button. You can do this also by hand. A couple of years ago we had to do it by hand, and that's why I'm also doing it now by hand. But the smooth tool for this avatar, for this character, it's a gift from heaven. It's really cool. I'm gonna show you in a minute. So I'm not gonna use this avatar for Second Life. I already found out because I did something wrong. But this, what I'm doing now, is still the same as I did it right. But I will find out. I have to talk to the creator of Avastar. Um, that's one. Let's see. Yeah, that's this one. We don't want that to move with that joint. Basically, actually, yeah, this joint is the pelvis. Uh, that's the pelvis. If you everything moves already with it because that's the base of the whole skeleton. But I'm gonna rig it anyway. Also make sure the sides are done, and the rest is all red. So we're gonna go to add again. You can also do this by numbers. I don't know sure if it's in here somewhere. I saw it last time. Yeah, but then again, I have to select those vertices and then add them to those vertices, and I think it's kind of bugged yet. I'm not sure. Or they fixed it. But yeah, if you think about if you make things in Second Life and you sell that, you can convert that play money into real money. So if you think about it, you put so much time and effort in making a character and rigging it so it works. And if you sell it, you have to only make it once. And then you can put it for sale and people can buy it and then you make money of it. So you will be rewarded for your time. And that's cool, right? Yeah, let's do this one as well. Is it a good one? Yeah, it's here, huh? Yeah, from here to here. And then there's paint. See how easy rigging actually is? It's just painting. Many people think that rigging is all the end of the world, but it's just painting. How the colors represents how much everything moves with it. Because if I move this now, it still moves a little bit down, but we have there are also like these joints, for example, are connected to here. We don't want that. We have also subtract. Let's make this bigger, the radius. Let's also remove everything from the whole mesh, the whole towel part. We don't want to move. We want only move um, the shoulder with that one. So, and there's probably a button that says I want these vertices not selected, but I didn't find out. I did it before, but like I said, Avastar changed a lot, and I cannot find it anymore. So excuse me for that, but I do my best for you. That's all I can do, right? And of course for myself. But I already found out I cannot sell this avatar right now because it's bad. It's not rigged good. I had some errors, and yeah, if you look at the hands, it's kind of weird. We will come to the hands in a minute. Um, okay, radius, add. Let's make it a little bit smaller. There. Yeah. You cannot really see good if it's fully red, but you can only see that if you rotate something. See now it rotates better. But for example, if I hit the smooth tool now a couple of times, like so, then you see that it moves better. But then you have to also do it for this one. A little bit too much. A little bit too much. So, and if I now move this joint here, see that it moves very nicely, better than it was. Or even if I rotate it like so, you see that it goes in a good line now. See? And that's basically the whole point of rigging, is smooth it out. Um, s- yeah, you have to, yeah, it's trial and error. It's looking and fixing and looking. You can also put it like this and then say, okay, I want to choose that one or that one. What is moving this here? What is moving this piece? Oh, okay, so that's that piece. So let's subtract, because we selected the arm joint or the arm bone, and only the arm may move with it, not this. So let's select everything there. Let's paint this, and there it snaps back into the place we want. See that? That's basically what you want. So that's also how you can check it. But I found out that it's kind of hard to put these joints back to its original position. um, Dimension, rotation. See, rotation is still at 0, and that's not what we wanted. So we must go back to edit mode or whatever, object mode, rotations. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of. Oh wait a minute. It was a different one. Huh? Let's see. Weight paint. I screwed it all up. Where's my weight paint? Here. Oh, it's already back in its original position. That's kind of weird. I did do nothing. All right. Yeah, that's why I don't understand. They changed a lot of things in the program, which I don't understand. And they could better leave it in the old way, because everyone knew the old way. Now they have to learn again and again what is this and what is that. It's a pain in the ass, man. Oh yeah, it is what it is, right? Tools, uh, add, and we want to have that part. Select all vertices. Hold shift and middle mouse button is pen. Only middle mouse button is move, rotate, and control and middle mouse button is zoom in, but you can also do that with your mouse wheel. So this is the head joint. So the head, we don't use the skull joint. The head moves, uh, the whole head, the whole upper part, like this, moves with that joint. The whole upper part. Oh, we fix that later. That little blue hero. Make the brush bigger. Okay. And subtract again and get rid of these blue things here. Let's rotate it. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Okay, let's see. This one's I already smoothed out, see? But this one not. So let's smooth it out as well. Uh, oh, oh, that's a nice one. Look at this. Only the towel. Don't look at the eyes, the eyebrows. Only the towel. If I'm gonna rotate it, look, it's still a little bit, things are still, yeah, staying there, but we have to find out what joint is doing that. And I think, and there's also a, I don't see it here. I don't know where it is. It says numbers. It says 1. If you put in 1.0 or just 1, it moves completely with it. So then it's like you painted it red, and 0, it painted it blue. So that's a way faster method, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't know where it is. With older Avastar, it was right here somewhere. Hip right. You can also select joints here instead of there, but it's also kind of weird because if I select, for example, this one is now selected, the left one. If I select this one gets selected. But if I select this one, not the left one gets selected. So that's also confusing. There are a lot of things that are really confusing about Avastar. And that's why I do it all by hand. Because it's a pain in the ass. So keep that in mind. It's really important. Maybe there's a better way. If there's a better way, please tell me. Please. I'm all ears. Okay. Is there more? A little bit here. And this one? No. If it turns purple like this, or pink, then nothing is connected. The joint cannot even reach that. Well, except if you paint on it, of course. But I think that has something to do with the weight limits. I'm not sure. There must be some sort of button that puts all rotation back to 0. It must be. But where is it? I don't see it. These locations. These are rotations, but they are 0. Where are the rotations for the SL bones? I don't know. Also, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not sure. I have to wait for the new documentation. That's why I'm hammering on the creators of this program. Please throw out a new documentation. Yeah, we don't have time for that. Come on, man. You don't have time for that. But you have to pay for Avastar. That's kind of weird. But okay. um, what is driving it? What is driving that part? Well, it looks okay, yeah. It looks nice. Yeah, the eyes I have to do, of course, but and everything else. But this looks good so far. Now, if I select this one, I think some pieces here also gonna move, which I don't want. Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm gonna grab the subtract again, make the radius a little bit smaller, and just paint on here. Paint it blue again, so it's fully blue. And I guess I'm gonna fix that also, because I cut it in there with the UV mapper, but I also used the XSplit tool, which will cut your meshes here. And I guess that's also a little bit weird that it does that, because basically what you are doing with the XSplit tool that's in here, if you're in object mode, or add modifier, the XSplit, um, it's actually for the shading, because it has now a hard shade, right? But if you smooth your mesh, um, the edges also get smooth, and sometimes you don't want that, and therefore you have to use the edge split tool, but then it will split your mesh into things, and that's what you don't want. But if I'm gonna merge those vertices together, then it's smooth out again, and that's what I don't want. So it's one way or the other, so it's very annoying. But if you know it and know what's going on, you can fix it. But still, sometimes these things happen, and there's nothing to do about it yet, for as far as I know. You hear the wuff wuff? You hear the dog barking? That's my dog in Second Life. Okay, so is this moving? No, no, not this one. This one. I want to have. Yeah. Here it's not good yet. What happened if we smooth it? Nothing. Hey, here are the numbers. You see, now I see them. Oh, it's only when you select one. Ah, that suck. Ah, that suck. Why only one? Why not two? Or three or four? Oh, wait a minute. What? If I select, hold on. Let's see. Let's see. If I select all those here, maybe I know how they did it. But then that is not selected. Can I not go in wireframe mode in Waypaint? Come on. Yeah, this is wireframe, but it's not wireframe. I cannot see through, and it doesn't select also through. Because you see, those are not selected, right? The black ones. And with wireframe mode, if you box select here all the vertices, they normally they get selected here as well, but now they don't. That's very bad. I'm not sure what's going on here. See, those are not selected here. You cannot see it very clearly. See here also one. That's kind of. See, so I have to find it out. But this is basically the way to do it. Um, so yeah, the part that I added my Jones to the position is good. I'm sure of that. And the part where you're gonna paint on your object here is also good. Um, Only some things in between is not good. I think that's because of the program. I have to ask the creator what's wrong with it. Probably she's gonna say, yeah, update to Avastar 2.5 and then it's fixed, but I don't think so. Because when Avatar 1.7 was there, it was a problem. And that's more than 6 years ago. And that problem still exists. So I don't think it's an Avastar issue, or I think it has something to do with Blender and the way Avastar is made. But there are workarounds for it, but you have to know how. I don't know how yet. I will find it out for sure. But yeah, if you do this for all joints and all things, um, then your object should move very good with all the joints and stuff like that. Um, I have to still learn things about Bento because, yeah, like I said to you before, this is the first time I tried with Bento, and it gave me weird results. Well, I bind it before and then it was okay, but I think it has to do something because I hit tab key by accident, and what the program was doing, uh, he automatically um, uh, stored my edit points without me clicking on the button, and I think there was something going wrong. So don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, that should not be possible, but it happens. So yeah, it's kind of confusing. So basically, actually, this whole tutorial is based on nothing now, huh? Shit, they always screw that up for me. I can cry about it, but okay. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I think that if I download um, is this 2.9? Yeah, this 2.79. That's correct. That's okay. I have to do this a couple of times more. I wanted to stream this because I was boring. Let's be honest. And yeah, basically this is the workflow. This should be the workflow of how to rig a mesh. But bento bones are a little bit more complicated than the normal bones, because yeah, you see it with the hands. It's kind of weird. Let's see. Yeah, the hands are good. Let's see what's happening with the hands. Okay. Object mode. Select the arm. Go into weight paint mode. There. So if we move, for example, this bone, it's impossible for the thumb. This one, yeah, that looks better. Oh god. Okay, and the joint has to move with the whole hand. Actually, a joint, it depends where you hold it, right, in your fingers. And well, for bento, yeah, maybe for bento too. But then, if you're holding your joint right at the top of your fingers, not at the at 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 the end here, or at the beginning. How do you call it? And then you can move your joint with your hand uh, bone. Let's do that. Oh, hold on. Let's select the hand, go to skin weights. Oh no, hold on. The joint I want. Joint, let's go into skin weights and let's select this joint and then completely um, fill it with red. There. See what happens? But still it's a little bit weird, but we can fix that. I hit the Z button, so everything become wireframe except the joint. That's kind of weird. Maybe they have to make it so that it's a little bit transparent. That would be cool. That would be awesome. You hear me, developers? Please add it. Please. That would be cool. Okay, so let's see. And the rest I don't want. It is not allowed to move with all the other joints. And I don't know if there's a button for it. I guess so, because imagine if you have a mesh and that's very complicated, then you have to do this all for every joint. That's a pain in the ass. So I guess there's a simpler way for this. If you found it, that's cool, man. Then use that. I didn't found it yet. Although I'm very long busy with making stuff for Second Life. But also rigged objects like pants. But that's the old system. And that works flawlessly. Um, so I really have to do this for every joint? That's a pain in the ass. Can I not see now you see nothing anymore. I cannot say 0 or 1. It's very annoying. Because it doesn't belong to that bone actually. You see this joint here doesn't belong to here. That's why it doesn't show the numbers, but nevertheless I want to see the numbers even if it doesn't belong to it. There, now more stats to come into place. See, that's what I want. I know where the problem is, but or I know what the problem is. I don't know where the problem lies, because you see those two vertices over there? They don't jump back, and that's maybe because of this one. No, this one. No, this one. No, this one. No, this. Oh, this one. No, is it this one then? No, this one. Uh, some here. Is it then this one? Yeah, that was the one. See, and that's what I mean. It's so complicated. You have to really make sure that everything is perfect. And then select this one and also make it completely blue. Is there no? Come on, man. Where is it? Is it here? Is it here? Where's where is he? So if I that's better. See, that's better. Now I'm gonna show you also one thing. If you re rotate this, you see that it's getting a little bit bented inwards here, huh? And that you don't want. Hit the Z key. Hold on. Let's select the hand mesh or the arm. Let's go into weight paint here, and let's see what is happening over here. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. You know what I'm gonna do? Make everything blue now. So my hand will show normal without any deformations or whatever. You have to do this all by hand. It's much work. It's not hard. It's only very much work. I think those bones, oh, those bones are okay. Never. I never said anything. Those bones we're not gonna use. So make it all blue. That's good. If we're gonna move this bone, that's actually that one is good. Um, that's a little bit too much. That we have to fix later with painting a color here. But that's hard thing to do because I want to. If I hold Control here and I click on this one, it doesn't select. Only if you hold Shift or just click it. I want to select the whole edge ring here, and I don't know why they didn't do that. I miss a lot of things yet. What would be very handy. Okay, let's see what's wrong with this one. Why does it stay all the way there? Is it this one? This one? No. Which joint causes that? Oh fuck, I did it wrong. Or yeah, I did it wrong. Oh no. Oh, oh yeah, the bento bones I think are purple. Okay, I didn't say anything. What is causing this problem here? Not this one? No. Not this one? Not this one? Not oh this one. Jesus. See, that's what I mean. You cannot see it. It's very weird. But as I said before, I will find my way. You will find out eventually. Uh, let's see. Oh, that's what? That's also weird. Oh, let's do it all. I hate it. This, it does not do that very good. It's close, but It's it's not it's not perfect yet. I mean the program then, huh? Aha. Which one is that? That's this one, I guess. But then I have to select the joint in object mode here, and then go back into weight paint mode, and then select this joint, and then there. Let's see if it's fixed now. Yep, now it's fixed. A little bit more. You see it? You see the under the joint? It moves a little bit, so we have to fix that. It's not this one. No, it's not this one. No, that's this one. So if we go here, well, let's see. Those are those two vertices here. And nothing happens. So this one, this one. Oh, it was this one. That's weird. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, now it's good. So that's basically how you rig a character. There are better ways to do this. But yeah, again, now I see the numbers here. But if I select the whole joint, for example, it doesn't say anything anymore, and that doesn't make any sense to me. So I was really using those numbers um, every time over and over again, because it's just you want, for example, if you select this joint, yeah, or this bone, and you have selected the joint, for example, because it's yellow now, and I selected all the vertices on it, the yellow dots you see, with that bone selected. For example, I don't want that all of those vertices moves with that joint, like now. Then you could easily say in the numbers a 0, because 0 is blue and 1 is red. And then you can easily say, okay, I want all those vertices, I want 0 out on that joint. But it only appears when I select a couple of uh, um, I don't know what's the problem. So I have to ask the creator about that, because I was working so much with that, and it saves you so much time. Like if you do this by hand, I think a whole day, it, half a day, whole day, that's kind of normal. But with those numbers, it was like 10 minutes instead of half a day or a whole day. So that's kind of I don't know. So yeah, that's how you rig a character. But sorry for the problem. Sorry for the problems that Avastar has caused me. Um, we will fix that next time. But yeah. Anyway, I have another video for my channel. So if you have any questions, um, you can ask. I will always reply back on my YouTube channel. Um, It's not a big channel. I had another channel that was bigger, but it got demonetized by YouTube, and I still don't have a reason why. Um, and back then I did edit my videos with an intro and outro and all that stuff, but yeah, year-long work for nothing actually. It broke me inside. So yeah, that's why I really don't care YouTube anymore. But I do really care um, what people has to ask. Um, for example, like Towelie asked, um, "Do you use an auto rigger?" Well, yes, but you also have to rig it um, um, by hand. And he for example never saw those tools in Blender. Yeah, that's true because it's an add-on for Second Life. So yeah, that's the reason why. And I always love those questions, uh, and I always answer them with love. So I know how hard some things can be, and I try always to explain them so people will understand. That makes me happy. That makes you happy. Um, yeah. So, yeah. Again, this bento is kind of new for me, and this is the first time I did this. Um, so I hope somebody that watches this video and knows about this can also help me uh, on my way. So yeah. So let's hope that. My dog wants to go outside. I have to quit now. Thank you everybody for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next stream, guys. Maybe it will be a game, or maybe it will be scripting. Um, and when I know more about these bento things, um, I'll come back to you. And I'm gonna do this again with Towelie. Although if it's already done in my spare time, I'm gonna do it over for you because just to show you, and then I'm gonna also explain what went wrong today and why it went wrong and all that stuff. So yeah, that's all, guys. See you next time. Yo.